apples. The Pink Lady, the Gala, the Golden Delicious, the Fuji, the Red Delicious. Apple pies, toffee apples, apple cider, apple juice, apple-flavoured bubble gum, the Big Apple, apple phones. Apples are often found in our lunchboxes at recess, but these humble pieces of fruit have been a part of human history for thousands of years. In the Christian tradition, the first man and woman, that's Adam and Eve, shared an apple from the tree of knowledge in the Garden of Eden. In ancient Greek mythology, golden apples would grant immortality to those who ate them. In Snow White, the evil queen tricks her innocent stepdaughter with a poisoned apple. An apple a day is even said to keep the doctor away. Apples are an important part of our story, but what about the story of apples themselves? What about this apple? Do you know what it's called? It's a Granny Smith, of course. But did you know that Granny Smiths were first grown in Australia? In fact, they originated in Sydney. The first Granny Smith apple sprang from the side of a creek on an orchard in Eastwood. However, the real story of this little green Malus domestica began many years earlier. It starts with an extraordinary woman. It starts with Granny Smith herself. Maria Ann Sherwood, who we now know as Granny Smith, was born in Sussex, England in late 1799. Maria's father was an agricultural labourer, and like him, Maria also grew up to work on the farm. When she was 19, Maria married Thomas Smith and moved to a neighbouring parish called Beckley. In 1838, the British government was recruiting people with agricultural skills. It wanted them to move across the world to help develop the growing colony of New South Wales. The Smiths took up this offer, and on the 27th of November in 1838, they arrived in Sydney aboard a ship called the Lady Nugent. In 1855 and 1856, Thomas Smith bought 2 blocks of land on the edge of the field of Mars Common in the Ryde district. From the earliest days of European settlement, this region was known for growing fruit. Oranges, apricots, grapes, peaches, strawberries, nectarines, apples and pears all flourished. Today, the Smiths' land would be located between the present North Road and Abercley Road in Eastwood. So what about our famous green apple? How did Granny Smith invent it? The earliest account of the apple is found in the Farmer and Settler newspaper from June 1924. The story goes something like this. Granny Smith returned from the Sydney markets with a few timber boxes. Inside these were some old, rotting Tasmanian crab apples. She tipped these apples out, discarding them down a creek on her orchard. Sometime later, down by the creek, a seedling grew. This seedling produced a new, amazing, never-before-seen apple. These green wonders were the first Granny Smiths. Sadly, the remarkable Granny Smith didn't live long enough to see the true extent of her wonderful legacy. She died in 1870, just 2 short years after her fabulous discovery. Today, the Granny Smith is enjoyed all over the world. It is a delicious and robust piece of fruit that is great for cooking or baking into many mouth-watering treats, or simply eating as a healthy and nutritious snack. And just think, all of this history sitting safely inside your lunchbox. How about them apples?